Hey, coaches, I wanted to take a minute as we're doing our pass protection series to talk now about the RPO. I think the RPO has gotten in sort of a sexy sort of idea nowadays with how we run pass options. I've ran run pass options. I've taught run pass options. I've operated from a quarterback perspective, from an offensive line perspective, from a receiver perspective, from everything sort of. So I'm going to talk today a little bit about where RPOs sort of get us in trouble sometimes as offensive linemen and what we can do as play callers to sort of adjust to it. Not really the biggest talk for the offensive lineman himself, but more of a talk, for us as play callers. I want to tell y'all again, if you look on some of the links, I'm not going to keep hitting you up with it, but if you look at some of the links from my other videos, you'll see we've been breaking down pass protection now for quite some time. We're getting ready to wrap it up. I'm going to talk about how we practice pass protection, how you can emphasize it in your practice game and your practice structure here shortly. And we're going to sort of wrap up our series here. But talking about RPOs is sort of a new sexy sort of term. And we're going to talk about how you can run RPOs and make them capable for your offensive linemen. Okay. So for our RPO look, here's the biggest one I would do. Okay. I guess I should actually screen share. There we go. So for my RPOs for my offensive lineman, this is what I did as a head coach offensive coordinator. So when you've heard me talk previously, it's a split back veer mindset, sort of a power mindset. And we sort of ran a power mindset out of the air raid when I was a head coach and I was an offensive coordinator. Our power mindset, our base play, was our inside zone play. Now, a traditional inside zone, we're going to read our backside end, and we're all sort of going to be stepping here, boom, combo, solo block right there. Okay. And we would sort of read our backside end right there and bend it right there. Now for me, my RPOs here, if I'm going to call my inside zone to the left, okay, for me, that was just inside zone left. I know I kept it so complicated. Okay, in this perspective, we're attacking that front side A gap. Okay, we're going to attack the cheek of the center. If you watch back to my early videos, I talk about how this blends with our power run game very easily because it's all working down blocks. Bang, right there. Bang back right here. Scoop and cut off right there. Okay, so for us, we can sort of bang this down with the way my RPO was set up because my RPO was just to attach this to a bubble. First read, second read. Okay, so now my quarterback is taught in that RPO system. Okay, he's going to read that. He's going to have his dive read coming right there at the defensive end. The defensive end goes in for the run. We're pulling, and now I'm attacking this outside linebacker overhang defender right here. And I'm making him make a decision here on my pitchman. What's this sound like to us? Now that I've been coaching in the veer now for a year, what's it sound like to you? This is triple option football. So it allows my lineman to get downfield, okay? Never got called for that ever as an RPO. Now let's go to a blank one for what I did get called for, okay? This is me. We ran a great play. If I had it with me right now, I'd get it for you. We ran a great play where we ran the same thing, boom, boom. So my bubble, I just tagged my inside zone left with a Boston or Red Sox or something like that. Now my pop RPO was to send that slot just straight down the field. Okay, boom here. If this guy's playing too overhang too much, my idea was similar to a tight end pop. We can just come over top right now. Well, what happens in a 4-2 base or 3-2 base? We climbed a linebacker too quick here. Okay. How can I adjust to that? Okay. For me, the biggest adjustment I had to make the first time I called pop, or what we would call our Pittsburgh for P, we went too far upfield. So now we had to adjust our combos so they become more lateral. Okay. I think in the RPO system, I don't know what most of you all do. I run mine based off my inside zone to try and keep it easy. We didn't attach it to power. We didn't attach it to everything. And the reason being is I think that's where you can attach, if you go back and look at my video, your play action stuff. So I would attack, one of the big things I would do as a play caller, as an offensive designer, is I would attach that RPO just to one blocking scheme. I would figure out the blocking scheme where I can best do it. If you can do something like we did on our bubble, or like we would call this our New York, because it's a now screen, bang right here, and it's the same thing for us as the Boston RPO. If you can attach it to something that's an easy blocking scheme. We didn't run our RPO off power. We ran play action off power. Make it simple for your offensive lineman in that. It's sort of an air raid ideology there to keep stuff simple, just like we didn't run mesh, but out of one formation my second year running air raid. Even though I love mesh out of 3x1, I wasn't going to spend the time to pay for it, okay? Even though I love, the idea of running a backside RPO. See, I attach mine all to the play side. You know why? Easier read for a quarterback. Turns into triple option football. Some ideas for you to think of there. Now, you all probably out there have a lot of guys who are more offensive minded, sophisticated than me, but just some ideas for you. Now, if I'm going to run my pop RPO now, I'm going to come flat, okay? We're going to get flat, and we're going to get on number 2. We're going to get on our number 1 before we get to number 2. I'm going to teach more of, we now have to drive number 1 into the lap of number 2, because where I get called on the most is when those tackles get upfield too much, when this center gets upfield too much. So now I'm going to coach them. We got to go 1 to 2. We have to put 1 in the lap of 2. Just a little coaching point there for you guys. RPO, the biggest thing we don't want is when they actually call us for downfield. Defensive coordinators are probably screaming they should call you every play. When they actually call us for down the field, we want to have earned it, okay? Still teach your quarterback, it's a quick read here, bang, here, there, okay? That was the other thing. My quarterback held the ball too wrong and put it up just in time. But he's a little bit of a playmaker. You like that type of stuff. Until next time, coaches, remember, if you want to dominate on the scoreboard, you got to dominate on the trenches. If you want to do that, you got to remember that bigs rule the world.